Welcome back. Me and Kevin
What's
are
up,
back.
ladies and Johnnies.
I hope nobody went anywhere. So yeah, just to recap the last hour or so, we saw Japan knock off France to get through to the grand finals on the winner's side.
A really good match. Like,
it was very even. The first eight matches, or the eight races, sorry. And Japan kind of asserted their dominance on.
They ruled
last
with an
GP
iron fist there. Yeah. So
So
Japan will
France
have their
falls
spot in
to
the finals.
France falls to losers, and whoever makes grand finals would have to beat Japan twice in order to take the tournament. On the screen should be an updated bracket,
which is going to make it eons more difficult too. I mean, beating them once is hard. Beating them twice is crazy.
Me and Cinda experienced that in 2017. It is no easy task. But anyways, moving on to our match coming up, we are going to have Spain and Canada in losers' quarters, battling for a top 4 placement.
Both battling for their best placements in their World Cup run so far, too.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, that would be, I think, Canada's best finish. Maybe, I don't know what they got in 2014. I wasn't around for it, but I know for a fact if Spain does see this match through, that will be their highest World Cup finish of all time.
So two, I mean, quote unquote underdogs here. You know, teams that we haven't seen so deep into the World Cup yet. This match is gonna have some pretty big implications, folks. And I'm excited for both teams, honestly.
Yeah, and this is definitely an even sort of matchup. These are two teams that are more so like middle of the pack in this bracket. I don't think any team really has an advantage over the other, so this should make for a very interesting match. This is probably on what we have on our schedule the rest of the day. This is probably the match that I'm most looking forward to personally, just because it's such a tight matchup.
Definitely, yeah.
But you see Canada with a very similar lineup to this morning. We've got Christo, Ethan, Mark, John, Teeples, and Twonk, or Tynan, or Johnson, whichever one you want to call him. Yes. And then Slater is John, obviously.
So about the Canadian lineup really quick. So I recognize Ethan, Mark, John, Teeples, and Twonk.
Cindy, is this Ethan from BC or a different one? Like the FA? Because I don't.
It's the only Ethan I can think of.
Game anymore. I mean, unless some other Canadian Ethan kind of just busted onto the scene.
Actually,
I'm not entirely sure, but obviously you've got the core. One big thing that is a different Ethan. Okay, well,
all right, we've got a new one.
I don't have much knowledge on said person, but we saw Christo. He played a big role in Canada's last match against the UK. That was this morning. Obviously, Canada saw the win through. It was a very, very, very close match. There was only a 2-point difference heading into race 12. Canada clutched out the last race and ended up going through to the losers' quarters, knocking the United Kingdom out of the tournament.
Both teams are coming into this match off of really hot win, or like, I mean, they've both lost matches, but like they've won really hot games.
Two big wins for both. Obviously Spain is one of the more slept-on teams in this tournament. I don't actually think a lot of people appreciate how actually good the Spanish team is.
And how active their community is, too.
Yeah, definitely.
But,
the Spanish side's throwing out Angel, Frogger, Luigion, Manser, Roberto, and Spike. And if I am not mistaken, Manster put up a solid 135 points against the Americans in their winners' first round match.
Manster.
So he's definitely somebody who we should be looking out for. Obviously, there's other fantastic players like Roberto and Luigi on also for the Spanish side, but yeah. This is such a hard match to predict because the lineups are so even. Because you've got star runners like Mansour kind of established himself as a fantastic runner for Spain in this World Cup, and then you've got John, who has been one of Canada's top 2, top 3 players as long as I can remember, since 2015, dating all the way back to Mario Kart 8 for the Wii U.
Yeah.
He's definitely the leader per se of this team. But one big thing that Canada is missing is Felix. And I think
Felix. Oh my gosh, Felix.
Yeah, Felix played this morning. He mustn't be available because I would assume that if he was available, he would definitely be playing in a match of this high stakes.
Right. That'll be interesting then. I'm not sure. I mean, I could make a guess as to who is replacing Felix in what would be this lineup.
Ethan is the only change from this was the same lineup. It's just Ethan in for Felix from this morning.
Okay. Yeah. So I mean, still a pretty solid lineup.
Certainly.
I know most about the Canadian lineup. The Spanish lineup though. I recognize Roberto. Luigi, he's been playing for years.
He's been around for a long time, yeah. Establishing
himself as a very strong runner. Frogger, though, I'm curious. What do we know about Frogger? Like, I mean, is this his first year playing in the World Cup?
I've heard the name before, but I don't really know if he was a established rotation player for Spain. I guess you could say. I believe that Angel is a pretty established Spanish player also.
So apparently, according to the intelligent chat box here, Frogger is an inward biker head. So that's going to be interesting. I think that, I mean, of the 2 matches we just saw, I think this is the first biker we're seeing playing within the ranks of the Carters. So, I mean...
Well, you know what? I mean, Bike doesn't have that big of a disadvantage in this game because of the...
Well, yeah.
Fire hopping. So, I mean, bikers can be just as good as the standard bikers, per se.
And I'm interested to see how that plays out. I mean, Frogger might just put up 160. But that'll be an interesting dynamic to add. But so, I mean, what could you predict, I guess? We're not rooting for anyone because we're the narrators today. But
it's tough.
Who do you think comes out of this?
I am gonna say Spain goes through.
They're starting.
Right. Yeah, personally, I think Spain is gonna go through. But
I'm
expecting a fantastic match.
My heart lies with my Canadians, but I have a feeling Spain, just with how
they're a really good team per se.
Yeah,
they don't really have one extreme standout player, I guess. Yeah, but everyone, they work so well as a unit that it just works, and there's such a good team together.
But we will see how that plays out. We've got a close one in store here. Losers, what is this? Losers quarters, losers semis,
losers quarters,
losers quarterfinals. First match, first race Cheeseland. Interesting. I see.
Canada burns Cheeseland right away.
I'm guessing who's hosting? Is Canada hosting?
I think Spain was the host of the Wars.
I guess that kind of makes sense.
From the voting screen, I think Canada only had 1 spot in the top 6, so it kind of makes sense, but I don't really know. I think maybe Mario Circuit from the Game Boy would have been a more ideal pick, not really burning these hardcore war-changing tracks on race 1. I don't know if that's the best idea. But
yeah, definitely. But
it'd be like that sometimes. So
the pack is definitely really spread out, though, and I mean, unlike what we've been seeing in our past couple matches, with a tight, break it out pack. We've got a lot of people doing a lot of different things in this on this track, and we do have one thing to note: different characters, so we can kind of establish
thank
where it's.
God. We've got some Miis, we've got some DKs, we've got some Dry Bowsers.
We've got the whole
not
DK
just 12
family today. But I'm guessing first place up there is Luigi on. That's a wild guess.
Spain
that looks like it's me.
is. I don't think all of the Miis. I believe that one Mii in the back is Cristo of Canada.
Yeah, a blue shell coming out though for Luigi on, and Angel being taken out of 5th. So Canada is trying to occupy some of these top spots. We see.
Yeah, I mean that's top 3 for Spain.
Oh, yeah,
if there's no shock,
Out.
we should see Roberto coming in first place.
Yeah, Roberto using the.
Yeah, it looks like Frogger's taking the double cut too. So it looks like Spain is gonna.
Oh no!
Right on the line. Never mind.
And Twonk coming
Teeples
into the
and Twonk
rescue.
both passed him.
Really clutch, able to secure that 2-3 right there.
That was really clutch for Canada. Canada gets bottom 3 though.
Although not a wildly winning race for Spain, still a slight advantage, and at least Canada was able to break through there. That was very clutch. But wow,
if Spain would have got that top 2, that would have been a pretty rough start for the Canadians. And then I do believe 2 of the Miis are actually Canada, and then Luigi on is pretty standout.
Yeah, definitely.
Mii is like not remotely close to the other two. The other two. Alrighty. So yeah, that was a pretty decent start to the war for Spain. A +12.
Yeah.
For them, especially on Canada's pick to mix up spots. Doesn't really work out the best for the Canadians, and unfortunately, they burn one of the best bagging tracks in the game on race 1.
That means, you know what that means? We're about to see some dry.
Yeah, Yoshi Valley.
We're seeing a different bag of tracks this time around, which is
I'm really
nice.
glad. Yoshi Valley, we haven't seen at all today. Yeah, it looks like John DC'd that race, unfortunately.
Oh yeah, so he's back with a fresh score, but a chance for Spain to really prove whether or not they are a considerable running team, as they've got top 2, 4, 1, 4, 5.
Yeah, this is a track though that kind of it doesn't really like favor middle spots. I don't want to say, but this is like really baggable. Since the track is so long, like the longer tracks, obviously there's more likely to be a shock. But like, there's some like busted item sets on this track. Like, first
the one Roberto's got right now.
Set, the first 2 sets are kind of broken a little bit.
I mean, we'll see how that that second set here goes into play, as Roberto seeming to want to be in last for a specific item in mind. And I mean,
so Spain is in bottom 2, and I believe Canada is following with 9-10 at the moment. I do believe that Twonk is the only DK in the room.
Yeah, I think Canada is top 2, presumably. I think. No. First just got taken out, so now Canada is first. We see Luigi on right behind him there. But it's going to be a mad dash to the finish once this lap 3 rolls around. No shock in play yet either, so that should be... there should be something that's long awaited right here.
Canada have bottom 2, but you also see... a
lot of spades back here, too.
A lot of people just died. That Luigi on all Canadians.
Oh, yeah, Frogger. Luigi on and Frog are the only ones up here, I'm pretty sure. Because Luigi on's up there in second. If he can take out...
Luigi is really...
Yeah.
You just got to be sure that he doesn't get taken out by Twonk, honestly.
Yeah, and Twonk's right on his bum, too. And I think... Ooh.
There is a blue. Was that Canada?
That was...
Oh my god.
We'll see who's in first right there. Oh no, a dodge.
Well, it was dodged.
Nice play by first to dodge that.
I want to say that's Teeples in first. I could be entirely wrong.
Can Teeples dodge the blue? Oh, and there goes second, but he passed his teammate anyway, so it's not that high.
Yes.
But we'll see how the results here unfold. That was a bit of a wish-wash of a race.
Bounty did a great job holding down first. That was those slightly in Canada's favor, I'd say. Spain followed with 2-3-4, but Canada got pretty much everything behind, and Spain did end up with the bottom 2.
A winning race, although a close race. That was really nice for Canada, especially for first place. Really good by him.
Yeah, definitely.
But I mean, these races, like, I mean, the 2 races we've seen so far, there doesn't seem to be really, like, you know, a dominant top 3 running consistently.
No, definitely
or like a group of people running. It's kind of just like it's just a squad of people fighting for first here, and like.
Oh yeah, it's interesting because both races so far, you've seen like Canada one lap, they're all bottom spots, and then all of a sudden Spain is just like dead in the back, and then all of a sudden Spain gets a crazy race, and like you saw vice versa, Yoshi Valley. I mean, beginning of lap 3, I think it was, Canada were bottom 4 or something like that, and they ended up pulling out a +4 race.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and I mean, you know, after only 2 races, this is still pretty close. And we are now on Disco Estadio for the squad. We're going to see how this one plays out. And I mean, this seems to be kind of a similar track, at least in the beginning, to Dolphin Shoals. I mean, the ability to draft.
Yeah, usually the first couple of turns, it's super draft heavy, and just everyone drafts off each other. But like the bumps, as you can see, they're just obnoxious. I do believe that's John and Mark pulling into top 2.
Yeah, I think Luigion is also up there, but depending on who's taking what path, it's not really determined until that last glider. But Manster making a play on who was that right there?
That was Mark. He hit Mark out of first place, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, we see Spain into top 2. Roberto is going to be taking a cut here, pulling to first place. I think that's Spain top 3 at the moment.
Yeah, but the pack is really tight and barely avoiding that bomb.
I think that hit both of his teammates behind him, though. So, I mean, Canada doing a good job to get them out.
There, he just got it, because that clipped his ass hairs, dude.
Okay, so that's Roberto, Angel, and Manster in top 3 for the Spanish.
Yeah, definitely.
At the moment. I do believe Twonk is trailing behind relatively close.
Yeah,
you also see Luigi on.
Yeah, the only time saver I can think on this track is that last shortcut. How is this track for like catching up? Like, I mean, are these top spots secure? Like, keep out of your mind like a shocker of Lucio, but like,
it's a good mix up at the beginning, but this track is like super duper runnable, especially with like double boxes and stuff. You could just like cheat shrooms right next to first.
That is, yeah.
So I mean, it's like, as you can see, Spain have a massive breakaway in top 2.
Yeah, Angel and Roberto holding down the fort here, and we see Luigi on in 4th too.
Yeah, he's like right next to first. He's pulled shrooms with double box. Yeah. So, because I mean, this cut saves 3-4 seconds probably. So
it's a nice track to like work with items and manipulate items. Like being able to get shrooms so easily is so nice. And a top 3 for Spain.
That's a Spanish top 3.
And Spain just has so much front presence right now. I mean, it's going to be really hard for Canada if they, you know, can't get up there. I mean,
yeah, that was a really good race for Spain. That's what you wanted to see.
And like I was talking about that biking dynamic with Frogger, dude. Frogger is putting up points right now, and like, if you're not able to get like Roberto and Frogger and what's his name, Luigion out of these top spots, it's going to be deadly. Yeah,
so looks like Spain's going to opt for Wario Stadium. Coming off of that race, that was a 49-33, so +16 for the Spanish. That's going to see their lead to 24 after the first 3 races of this losers quarterfinal match. Canada's opting for Twisted Mansion. In my opinion, it's a pretty good pick. They have coin advantage pretty much everywhere. The first set is pretty broken for shrooms on lap 1. So I mean, if 1 or 2 of them in their mid spots can pull shrooms with the slight coin advantage that they have, that'd be great. But what I just said is completely irrelevant because we're playing Wario Stadium.
Delete that information, folks.
Twisted Mansion. Just delete that.
And I mean, if Canada wasn't already having a hard enough time keeping at least 2 Spanish members out of top spots, this is going to make it 10 times harder.
Yeah, they're going to need to break top spots in the first couple turns if they're going to want to break them at all, really.
Yeah. And I mean, oh yeah, there goes Manster, dude, the champ. He's coming up here, and this top 3 is just
Angel does
busting
get
ass
hit.
right now.
Space. Yeah, it's
No, Angel's still there,
top
dude.
3 for Spain. Oh, okay. Well, the lag of this game.
Angel disappeared into thin air, but
okay.
Yeah, Spike's up there as well.
Yeah, Spain is occupying pretty much all the top spots.
Uh-huh.
Bad frame drops on Discord. This is kind of irritating.
Yeah, but
all right, we're
the me and last right now is that Canada,
is Canada.
Or is that...
Yes, I believe that's Ethan.
Okay.
Ethan? It's either Ethan or Christo. I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, if I were Canada, I'd try to pull for
get shock, because that is unless Teeples is up there, which I don't know. That's like a top 4 break.
Yeah, and while this track is really.
If that's all Spain, that is extremely rough for Canada.
And they're breaking away now, so I mean, like, something needs to happen for Canada if they want to salvage this race, because it just seems like they're kind of, you know,
that's
lollygagging around while Spain just runs this. And I mean, while this is a really good running track, there are a lot of opportunities to get that shock, and shock does damage on this track just because it's such a tight track.
Yeah, but, this is pretty much all Canada back here. That's a top 4 break
for Spain.
Twonk is the DK.
Oh yeah, top 4 then. I mean,
Master and
pretty big.
Are both back here, but still
top
top 4.
Can make at least one play, then that could help. But holy moly, Spain is absolutely gone.
Ooh, okay, that's probably 12th place for.
Yeah, Roberto is currently riding the struggle bus, unfortunately, but his team.
I'm almost positive that's top 4. He didn't get the box out of it. That sucks. But
no, that's a big race for Spain.
Definitely.
Roberto's just happy that he's a part of a team right now. He finished last, but his team just pulled out a top 4-7.
Top 4-7.
That is going to expand Dong on the lead right now. Huge.
Yeah,
that's huge.
That just goes ahead and doubles the lead for the Spanish.
Yeah.
So after the first GP, they're up 48. I mean, that's the kind of start you want if you're the Spanish.
Yeah, and I mean, like, it is a lead that is like able to be like overcome, but it just seems like there's no momentum right now for Canada, and
none.
It kind of seems like a stalemate for them. I mean,
last couple of races, they haven't been able to break any top spots as Spain.
Yeah,
Spain have kind of just gotten free runs on ED and Warrior Stadium.
And I guess you'd start with Dry Desert and try to get some in there, but it's looking like desperation time already.
They need to do something fast, because I mean, sure, they won a race, but Spain is consistently winning big races.
Yeah, Spain is just up there a lot. That's what I'm noticing.
Yeah, they're outnumbering them in the front, so I think Spain is having a really easy time of getting the Canadians out of what little spots they have in the front.
Yeah,
because I mean, if it's 3-on-1 in this game, it's like impossible to stay up.
And I guess for Canada, the running starts with John. You think of the trio: John, Teeples, and Twonk. I mean, that's where you try to build that foundation, but.
Yeah, I know that John DC'd the first race, but I haven't really seen too much of John so far.
Yeah, so that is probably going to have to be the goal. But this track, as we know, it's your favorite track. What's Canada going to do right now? What's going to be
get the shock?
Is probably going to have to be a thing.
Get the shock, yeah.
Like half of them are back here. It's it's a bag of people back.
Yeah.
We have 2 separate races going on.
Yeah, this is usually how it goes. I know that's Twonk and Mark for sure up there. But you see Luigi on's me also, along with a couple of Waluigis.
It is difficult to cast this track if you really think about it. I mean,
it just is.
it's both 2 separate races, like the people in the front and then the people and then the first half of the race is one race. And then, like, the lap 3 last set is another one. So it's like...
Yeah, the race doesn't start until there's a shock.
Yeah, there is a blue coming out. I'm not sure what impact that will have. But
I'm not entirely sure who that's for either.
I think it might be
Excuse me.
Canadian. I'm not sure though. But
Not 100%
let's see
positive.
how Roberto fares with his item picking skills right here. He's triple
Yeah,
greens.
he's kind of in a bad spot at the moment.
Mark holding a star though, and
that
I
was
don't know who used that.
Plays. I think that was a Canadian shock. They were gonna dodge
But Mark
Mark
got
first
hit.
set, and he got hit as
Oh
soon as he was gonna use the
no!
star.
If that is the case, that is unfortunate for Mark. But
Yeah, but that's also a really good play on Roberto's part.
yeah, but the
Because
fact
at that
shot
point,
was
at that point, Spain probably had to know that Canada had shock.
But these red shells might be deadly for any Canadians that are back here. Oh no, he just gets rid of them. But that shock was good in general because I mean it kind of just reset the room in terms of items and it put everyone in front of the second to last set.
Ouch! Roberto getting bodied in the cut. That's John
Roberto
going down
tattooed on the forehead, and
you saw a lot of Spain kind of back here.
Oh yeah, that race was messy.
Okay.
And a decent
1,
race.
4, 6, 7, 9, 11. That'll probably be like a small win, like another +4 or something like that.
Yeah,
I mean,
like,
at this point in the war, that was a +4 right on the head.
It doesn't even feel like we're halfway through the war, but we are.
Yeah, we're
just about
right on to race 6. Yeah, but I mean, at that point, at this point in the war, that's probably what Canada was looking for because they couldn't really afford to lose another race.
And I mean, yeah, the lead was only 46 points for Spain there, and it's 48. Down by a little.
But you know what? A little is better than none. So
yeah, but we'll see. We'll see how Canada takes this. I mean, you could consider this, I guess, a momentum switch. I mean, even if it's just like not losing a race, that's
yeah. What Canada needs to do is just chain wins together at this point.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know what the logic is with Cheap Beach. I don't think I've seen that track in like 5 years, but
I'm not really sure how it plays in this game. I know it was more like towards the end of 8U, it was like a mid spot track.
Yeah,
because first usually has a bad starting angle, but it's pretty runnable, I would say.
It appears to be a drafting track if you think about it, because people aren't Frogger hopping everywhere, so it's like straight shots down the track. We can see how that unfolds for Canada because it was their pick.
Yeah, definitely.
But we are unfolding in this race, and I mean, people are just trying to establish themselves in some spot, and mushrooms for Roberto, that could get him up there.
I believe Canada broke into a top.
Oh, yeah.
3 right away.
Yeah, Roberto going to try to do some damage to Ethan and Teeps here, though.
Oh, my gosh.
That was a
great play. That was a great play by Roberto.
And nice trails him, though. Yeah, nice trail by Ethan. And Christo gets up there as well. A lot of Canada up here, yeah.
Canada's occupying majority of top spots right now. You kind of just see like one Spanish player getting hit after another.
Yeah, and I mean, if they could keep hitting, that would be really good.
John last, so.
Yeah. Okay, Jonathan Slater back here in last. I mean, I don't know how... It seems like Roberto's kind of down for slowing down right now, trying to get, like, potentially a shock. I don't know. My brain is
you kind of see... Right, if you look at the minimap, there's a pretty big breakaway for Canada right now, but a blue is coming out from the side of Spain.
Possibly a dodge, though. Maybe a sound horn in play. Doesn't look like it, so the blue will be taken.
Yeah, it looks like Chris was just going to take the blue. But right now, I believe that's a top 3-6 for the Canadians.
Yeah, and I mean, if Spain's going to whip something up now, they got to whip it up. But Teeps does have a star in case anything happens.
Yeah,
he's going to use that right there.
I think... I kind of figured Bounty was just going to kind of keep the triple greens. But, I mean, he chained a plant, which is just as good, I suppose, for taking out these Spanish players.
Yeah, and this might look to be really big for Canada as we Teeps and John in the bottom spots.
Yeah, I believe that was a definite top 3 for Canada, but I think that was 9, 10, spots, 12 also.
Yeah. I mean, top 3 good, but the bottom of the pack just couldn't get out of there.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think it was +8 for Canada. I mean, that could have been so much better.
Yeah.
Speaking of top 3, but at least they have
At least they have people up there now. But this is going to be the real test here. Can they hold the top spots? I mean,
yeah, definitely. That's what they need to do right now. And the thing that I highlighted too before the match started is that you're gonna really look towards like people like John or Twonk, and sometimes Steeples, since Steeples is such a all around good player. But that race, you actually saw the guys that I did not highlight in Christo, Ethan, and Mark holding down top spots for Canada, getting a pretty decent breakaway to say the least.
Yeah, definitely.
That track, if they get Mount Wario here, that's huge for Canada right now.
So I mean, we're at the half point right now, and it's a 36 point lead. Yeah.
I mean, that's a decent lead, but it's definitely not anything that Canada can't come back from.
And I guess if you're gonna prove anything on this race, is that your top three can be stubborn and play defense and hold up.
Exactly. That's what they need to do. That's what they need to do with this track.
Because I'm gonna be honest, if top three holds on to it, and then like 2 of the 3 players in bottom 3 right now get up there, this could be a whole new match.
Big, but it looks like Mark is going to be the only one remaining up here. But Canada follow the 2 Spanish members in 4-5.
Mark's going to have to hold down the fort, but this first section is just like a toss-up sometimes.
Definitely.
But okay, so Mark's up there. We see someone from Canada in 4.
John is trailing behind. I believe spots are pretty mixed at the moment. It's kind of hard to tell what's going on in the middle and the back, but it looks like Canada's got 1-3 for now. Mark doing a fantastic job of holding down first place through the duration of the race so far.
Yeah.
Maybe he's going to try to make a play to back spam, get Roberto out of here.
Roberto unfortunately didn't get a block. Oh, Roberto.
Mark hit the tree.
Bumping Mark into a tree. I think he did bump him, so that's going to be a nice first place for Roberto. Roberto was pressuring him that whole way through section 2 and finally broke through. And so,
he's got a pretty decent lead too. Because when you look back, you don't even see any name tags or anything.
Yeah.
So if there's a blue for Canada,
a blue or a shock.
Yeah, there's a shock. I saw people dodge, but I don't know who.
I only saw 1 or 2 people dodge. So
I would have to say that's a Spain shock, honestly, because if it was a Canada shock, they're definitely waiting to
that was
shock
a Spain
Roberto
shock.
after glider
up here. And looks like that will be a top 2 for
that's
Spain.
Manster coming up. They're a dry Bowser way in the back too. That's definitely Canada.
That is big for Spain.
Yeah, that's a good race for Spain.
4-6, and right back at it. They pretty much that last race and more.
Yeah, definitely. That was a plus 18 for Spain. So the work that Canada did in the last 2 races kind of just wiped off the chalkboard.
Yeah, that was really well played by Roberto. Respect though, because definitely, if that was me, I'd be nervous as hell. I'd be shaking my boots up there.
If you notice, Mark actually got last after hitting the tree. So he did such a good job to retain top spots throughout the first section.
Dude,
kind of bonked the tree.
Mark has a tree stump tattooed on his 5 head right now. Oh no.
It's unlucky.
Moment of silence for Mark. That's rough. But
can I get some F's in the chat, please?
Yeah. But that pick kind of backfiring on Canada, and it just came down to how they played. But Spain able to take advantage of a really big track pick by Canada, and
and Spain getting a TikTok clock. John actually DC'd again.
Jonathan, Mr. Slater.
I know his net acts up sometimes, but
and that's not what Canada needs, especially in this situation.
No, definitely not in a winner go home match. You can't really afford for anybody to be DCing consistently. And unfortunately for John, that's the second time he DC'd. Mind you, can't really do anything about it, but it still sucks.
Yeah, that's 2 pivotal races that John could have been a part of that he just wasn't there for.
Yeah,
definitely. Not like he would have been like a huge difference maker, but he would have just been another player in the, able to do something. But I mean,
All right.
TikTok clock for Spain, and they're going to just continue with the full send run mode. A
Yeah.
red shell coming
Roberto
in.
was actually getting double redded out of first by Mark, and that's gonna be Canada moving into majority top spots, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, we've seen honestly a lot of Roberto and Ouigion and who
A
is
lot
it?
of
I mean,
Frogger
Angel.
too.
Yeah, and Frogger
Frogger's
up here in the
MVP
top
the
spots.
room with that
Low
inward
key
bicycle.
though, Spike probably has been putting in a lot of work. We have not talked about him at all.
Yeah,
Because
definitely.
we just haven't seen much of him. Something's happening in that pack that Spike is up to. He's up to no good right now. He might be a lot of the reason that, I mean, we're seeing Canada get knocked into these bottom spots.
Because Canada's not, when Spain really get those top spots going, Canada is having an extremely hard time breaking those. And mind you, it could be a little bit of the RNG factor, but I mean, still, you see Spain occupying pretty much every top spot. I don't know if that's Mark or John in first place at the moment. That looks like it's gonna be Mark in first place, but he's got to do a good job to not get hit out. Otherwise, Spain is gonna end up with a pretty big race here.
Yeah, Mark's role right now is crucial. We do see Canada
even though
in about
you do see
5-6.
Yeah, you do see Canada coming up, kind of.
Oh,
John gets bombed.
Jonathan Slater getting taken out, and this is gonna end up a very hectic ending, actually.
Okay.
Rip Roberto. But
what happened?
Two Canadian members got taken out, and two Spanish members did too.
1, 4, 5, 8, 9.
That's even.
That's pretty even. That's like maybe a +6 or a +8 at best, I'd say.
That was.
I think that was. It was +2 for Spain or for Canada actually.
Okay. It's
so
amazing how that last turn completely swayed the race, though. Because I mean,
honestly,
Spain was making a come up.
Spain was looking to get like 2 through 5, and it just seems like all those spots got bodied pretty much.
I feel bad for Roberto, dude. He got smacked. But that is how the dice roll sometimes.
But yeah, props to Mark to actually break those Spanish top spots. Do a great job.
Yeah.
Keep first for the rest of the race for the Canadians. It's kind of giving them hope. So after the first 8 races, we're seeing Spain +52 on the Canadians. 4 races left.
Isn't it 5 races?
No, that was race 8. This is gonna be race 9 at the moment, I believe.
No, I think that's race. This is race 8. Because we were just at the halfway point, unless I'm completely wrong. But
all right, we'll see.
But something interesting, Shigai noticed.
Race 9.
Yeah, Shigai noticed in the chat. Last place overall is 15 points away from first place. This is a tight,
that's crazy.
Tight match in terms of points. That means everyone's contributing. Everyone's doing
definitely.
At some point. Twisted Mansion, though, the infamous game changer right here. I'm interested, low-key, to see what happens on that last turn, because we've been seeing a lot of these last turn shenanigans in this war, and this might be the track to make that happen. We saw it against Japan too.
I also think this is a pretty huge swing race, because Spain can drive a dagger right into the chest of Canada this race, or I mean, Canada could just blow it wide open with a huge race here.
And it does seem, though, Canada is in top 2. See Mark and possibly Twong in top 2.
There's 2 DKs now. I'm not entirely sure who's the other.
I presume then maybe John went with DK after he rejoined the room. Just a guess. I'm not sure, but
no, that's Mark back here with Dry Bowser, still a Dry Bowser up front. So I think that's Twonk and John in top 2. There was
another Dry Bowser.
I'm just more looking at the minimap. One of the Dry Bowsers got hit. I think that's Spain in first place now, actually.
Spain is very likely in first, but Canada and Spain ended up dodging that shock. Not doing much, though.
Yeah, I think they shocked Spain over the glider, though. I mean, this TS isn't massive, but it's still. I mean, TSing them,
especially on lap 2. But
it definitely inconveniences them. But you still see Canada.
A blue shell coming through as well. This might be a big game changer. Because
Canada's getting blued. Canada's getting blued right now.
Oh, they dodged the blue.
They dodged. Nice.
We're
All
seeing a
right.
lot of blue shell dodges with mushrooms. People are
Yeah,
getting in the right
seriously.
place at the right time.
Okay, but
A
that's
star in
Spain.
hold for Roberto though right now.
That's Spain 4 through 7.
Yeah, doubting another shock's going to come into play, but just having this is really nice because he'll get that double box. Probably looking to bring it up to a top 3 position here if he can. Everyone getting smacked on the last turn. Cristo doing his work to try to defend the top spots. Top 2-4, presumably, for Canada. And that might be a really good race to swing things. Ooh,
okay. Top 2, 5,
7,
7,
okay.
10, 11.
Mm.
Plus 8, plus 10.
Sounds
maybe?
like 10, yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
like it's a winning race.
Plus 10 on Canada's part. But they did set the tone for that next race since they did have their top spots.
The thing that Spain is doing really well though this match, honestly, is
even if the race looks grim for Spain, they're still somehow pulling out decent enough spots to not let Canada come through with a big race win.
Well, yeah, and Spain is just preventing those like incredibly huge, like plus 20, plus 30s. Like they're getting up there, and they just have so much presence all over the pack, which is really, I mean, that's the thing I'm liking about Spain, like in general, is
definitely.
just because Canada everywhere.
Canada's actually won 5 out of the 9 races, but their biggest race win is by 10 points only, and then the Spain wins have been 12 points, 16 points, 24 points, and 18 points.
They had, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so Spain, this war is even to say, but I mean, Spain's race wins have been so much more significant to the course of events, I guess, than Canada's wins.
Could be the game changer.
Yeah, definitely.
As we see GBA Mario circuit unfolding here, presumably in the selection of Spain.
Yeah.
I mean, both teams can use this track, which is equally deadly, but backwards goes Roberto right here.
Yeah, spots are really mixed right now, so I mean, it plays into both teams' hands, I suppose.
Yeah. The thing, I don't love backing on this track. It's just such a short track that, getting the shock or getting something significant, like by the end of lap 2, like, I mean, you see there's already such a big breakaway. It just like seems like you don't have that much time to do stuff.
Yeah, it's not like shock isn't exactly common on this track, but when you do get it, it is super OP because the track is so small.
Yeah,
and you all dodge so close together, and the majority of the track is off-road, so there's a ton of shroom spots.
And I mean, first is already halfway across the track from Cristo and last. I don't recall if that's Mark in 11th, the dry Bowser, or if that's Mark in first, but a big shot coming in for Roberto here, and this is going to be deadly. He has a golden mushroom. He's going to be
this is like
into first.
Okay, and he gets triple greens to protect himself.
And he's going to have that defense. And Spain is pulling up right now.
Oh my God, Spain just blew the war wide open. I don't know if that was a Canada shock or not.
That was
Canada was quite a few bottom spots. I think this is top 4 for
top 3
for Spain.
Top 3 or 4.
Top 3 for sure.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that was a Spanish shock just because of how well it was timed.
Yeah, that's a top 3 for Spain.
Looking to be top 4 probably.
Ooh, God, I think it's gonna be ugly.
This might be a dagger. Yeah. Top 4, 9, 10, and
ouch.
I'm pretty sure Roberto just unlocked his shank and may have just curtained it almost.
Yeah, that was probably a plus 28, something like that. But I mean,
because that was race 10,
it was plus 24. So Spain has a 66-point advantage heading into the final 2 races. So Canada's going to need to work some magic here, and they need to do it immediately.
Yeah.
This
last-ditch effort here for Canada, but Spain just incredible with getting these like huge plays at the right times. I mean, like that shock was, if that was a Spanish shock, that was so well coordinated because that secured the war pretty much. I mean,
this whole thing is just tying back into what I was just talking about before the last race started. Spain is taking advantage of their race wins so much more significantly than Canada is.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean,
And
because you haven't seen Spain win a close race. Every single race that Spain has won have been blowout races, but Canada's getting like they're inching out wins pretty much.
yeah,
And apparently, John had shock that last race. I don't know if that was him who used it or not, but I mean, if he did, I don't think he would have used it if he was anticipating Spain would have got top 4 out of it. But
yeah.
I mean, at that point, it was like Canada needed to do something to make a play. But yeah,
Hmm.
I mean, I think this is going to be a race where you kind of just see Roberto cruising in first, since he's got the line for all the coins on such a run-heavy track.
Definitely. And so right now it is a, what is that? 66 point lead.
Yep, 66 points.
66. So I mean, mathematically, it's not
it's
game
still
set.
Yeah, it's still possible, but you need a huge race here, like minimum top 4, and you can't get bottom 2 if you're Canada.
And I mean, that's pretty much the identical situation that France was just in our last match. I mean,
yep,
you've got to. It's going to be a very like a pretty easy possibility for Spain to just hold on to at least top 2 and win. You know?
And it looks like Spain Superhorn that blue coming for them too.
Yeah,
so
that was
they're
really
doing
nice.
They're doing a really good job to hold on their top 3 right now. And this was also brought up earlier in the match. I mean, Canada's just having such a hard time taking Spain out of their top spots.
Yeah, and Manster running up there in first. Angel, Roberto,
yeah, I mean,
and then
Canada need a shocker. It's top 5 for Spain.
Yeah, and I mean, like, I don't know what move can be made right now. So this is really good for Spain. Spain is holding on to these spots with dear life, and keeps the only one up there.
Yeah, and I mean, it's such a huge task for him to actually. I think that was John who hit 2 Spanish players actually, but I mean,
yeah, that top 3 is still up there though. A blue shell coming out, probably not in time for the finish line.
The looks of it, I mean, it's not enough for Canada.
Yeah, no.
Bounty and John both failed the cut.
Still going to be a top 3 for Spain, a top 4, top 3-5 about.
Top 3-5, yeah, that's the war.
That's game, set, curtains, and dagger. Spain is going to pull this one out with a top 3-5. Doing it in fashion, bro.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, I mean, Spain really took advantage of their top spots, whereas Canada kind of let it slip through their fingers a little bit. Spain, I think the thing to highlight is that Canada's race wins. There were a couple times when they got like top 2-4 or top 3, but then they followed it up with 3 out of 4 bottom spots. So that kind of just nullifies their top spots. When you see Spain winning the races, sure, they'll get top 3, but they follow it up with like 6, 8, 9. So it's like it's definitely those bottom spots that really have an impact too.
Yeah, definitely. And honestly, that is probably the factor I think that can give Spain a good shot at a losers bracket run. I mean, they
definitely.
They haven't had, have they played like Germany, France, or Japan? I'm thinking of
they got knocked out in winners bracket by Japan. They lost by like 100 or something, which is pretty respectable actually.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, if Spain gets a chance at one of these top teams that fall into the losers bracket, like, I mean, if they beat Mexico and get a chance at France, that would be a very interesting match to watch. And I'm curious to see how they approach that. I mean, the thing I'm noticing with Spain is they're honestly, all I can say is they're just everywhere. I mean, they've got runners, they've got meat shields, they've got baggers. Like,
they're controlling the pack in literally every single place possible. Like, they're controlling the middle of the field, they're controlling top spots, and it's like I don't know if there's been a race where they've gotten like bottom 3, bottom 4, or anything like that.
No,
so Spain. This was actually an incredible performance by Spain. I don't think I expected it to be. I wouldn't really say a blowout, but I mean, Spain this is definitely a convincing win, to say the least.
Yeah, this is the statement made by Spain, honestly.
Yeah, they're here and they're kind of here to play, to say the least.
Yeah.
um,
And they're doing just that, as this will go in the books as a Spain win, and Spain will advance to the losers semifinals to face the winner of Mexico and, remind me again,
Germany.
Mexico and Germany, which will be coming up next, I'm guessing.
Yeah, that's the next match.
All right, and we will see.
Fantastic showing for Spain.
Definitely, yeah.
A little bit of a pride rate. That was pretty even, so I can't really even call it a pride
One
race.
player, again, like with a lot of these close matches we've been seeing, only one player break. The pack is like points wise, it's really close. But
is that going right to Twitter? That might be going right to Twitter.
Oh, is our boy tweeting right now?
he might.
He says hashtag Nintendo Switch.
Yeah,
I'll like the tweet.
Yeah, that race was an even race. So we're seeing Spain into the top 4 with an 86-point victory over the Canadians.
Yeah. Congrats to both Spain and Canada.
Yeah, congratulations to Spain, especially for coming up with your highest finish ever in World Cup. Breaking into the top 4 for the first time.
Yes.
Yeah, fantastic job.
Look at that Spain. Photoshop work. Incredible.
There you go.
What a play. But awesome. So we have our first team in the losers semis bracket filled out, and we will see who will face Spain coming up here eventually. But for now, we digress. What's the schedule looking like? Next game is that?
Yeah. So up next, we've got Mexico facing Germany in the other losers quarterfinal match. Obviously, the winner of that match will play Spain, and I would presume that's after the Germany-Mexico match, since there's no other possible. Yeah. Okay. Well, and then the winner of that match plays Spain, and then the winner of that match plays against France in losers. So yeah.
Gnarly.
And then the winner of losers finals obviously is in grand finals. So,
but yeah, so we will prepare ourselves for Germany, Mexico. But for now, should we take it a little bit?
Yeah, something. Yeah. 5 minutes. So
take 10 or something, but
we're chilling. The match starts in 10 minutes, so can't take 10.
Good. Oh, well, we'll take 7 then. Sure. We'll take 7.5 minutes.
Some amount of minutes. We'll be back soon.
We will be back.
Don't go anywhere. We've still got a few more matches in the losers bracket to see through. And ultimately, at the end of today, we're going to know who's in the grand final tomorrow morning for the Americans, I would presume. So, yeah.
Tomorrow morning, tomorrow afternoon. But yes, so we will be back in about 5.